So I'm just walking through the Mel forest, and I see that the wood is being harvested here. But this is what I'm seeing. Saw it in Soebraak, and I'm seeing it in Greyton, I'm seeing it in Forsterkraal, I saw it in Caledon. Little piles of wood, not so little, are being dumped on the edges of rivers, and it requires quite a lot of energy to create these bundles, which are very dangerous for fire, and it makes absolutely no sense that they've been placed here. And this is also what I'm seeing, is that trees that are supporting banks, where there are no other trees to support the banks, are being chopped and poisoned all along here. It doesn't make any sense to do this, because this bank, you can see, is clearly very eroded. And the black wattle, which is what this tree was, is one of our best pioneering riverine rehabilitation trees. All over the world, it's considered to be a tree that's very helpful to rehabilitate and stabilize the banks of rivers. So this river, when I first came through here, was incredibly healthy, and it was surrounded by a beautiful blackwood forest. And the forests are slowly coming back. Here you can see underneath the gum a very healthy riparian plant, a very healthy fynbos. We've got bracken, we've got bugweed, which is actually one of the most effective riparian pioneers. We've got riparian grasses. If these banks get further eroded, it's going to cause a lot of problems for the Korbos River. And this is an important riparian area for the habitat of our wildlife. So you can see the bugweed, it gets these lovely big leaves, big furry leaves, and they drop a lot of leaves that clothe and cool the soil. So they're not a problem. But anyhow, as you can see, these bundles are pretty equidistant. Normally a gum forest is very good at repelling fire, but if you're going to have areas like this, little tinder boxes all along the length of it, it's going to be vulnerable to fire. And you can see the bugweeds are now they're doing really well in here, and they grow right up into the trees. And when it becomes dense, then the indigenous trees start to seed in here. Here's another pile. Why? Why would that be put there? Right on the edge of the river. It doesn't make any sense. Now we're getting into the black wattle. With the bugweed, actually, when this bugweed starts to become a little bit more mature, it creates a very, very dense little forest, which is actually very good for the bees and the birds, because they produce fruit and they produce wonderful blossoms, and they only live for 7 years. So I mean, how they can possibly be considered a threat to this ecosystem, I don't know. So this is a white stinkwood that seeded itself right underneath the black wattle and right amongst the gums. So if you leave this ecosystem to just naturally succeed, it will become an indigenous forest. And very often you'll find the rus and the wild karee will be the ones on the edges, on the forest edges. But this area is being obviously quite regularly disturbed. and yet it's still managing to compensate for that.